Hi, my name is Chase Mitchell. Today I'll be demonstrating 3 different types of fishing knots used to tie on fishing lures, and I will also show you how to rig up a Texas rig that's a very effective way to catch fish all throughout the year. The first knot is the Rapala knot. You take your line, you make a small loop, just like if you were tying a knot. You take the extra end that is sticking out, you run it through the eye of your lure, you bring it back up through the loop, and then above the loop you wrap it 4 times. After doing so, you bring the excess line back through the loop and then back up through the next loop, moistening it with some saliva and then pulling it tight. This knot is designed for topwaters, jerkbaits, any type of lure that has a lot of action. It leaves a knot an inch or so above your lure so that it's not on the eye of the lure, keeping it from getting the most action out of the bait. The next knot I will be tying is the improved clinch. And I'll also show you how to rig the Texas rig while doing this knot. On the Texas rig, you take a bullet weight. I like to use a 3/16, but whatever you like is what you'd want to use. You run the line through the weight, and you can just let the weight go. You take the hook, you take the single end of the line, you run it through the eye, and then you wrap it. I usually wrap it 6 times, but just whatever you prefer. Then you run the line back through the eye on the loop that you left at the bottom of the hook. Then you bring it back through this loop. You also moisten it with saliva, and then you pull it tight. Then you take the hook, you run it through the top of your worm about a 1/2 inch, then you come out immediately. You pull to the top, you run it back through the worm, and don't run your hook out the other side, leaving it weedless. Then you have the weight on the top, like so. The next knot I'll be doing is the Palomar knot. This is probably my favorite and most preferred knot because it's simple, easy, and hard to break. You pinch the line, leaving a small loop. You run through the eye, you pull it out, holding the line on both sides. You cross them, and you tie it as if you were tying a knot. Then you take the loop that you have in your hand, you run the bait back through the loop, moisten with saliva, and pull tight. And those are my 3 ways and 3 knots that I use most of the time while I'm fishing.